Hello everyone. Welcome to Catchy English. In this video we will learn some of the most common words in English. At the beginning we will see all the catchy pictures of the words one by one. Then there will be some exercises about them. And also, a story that contains these words is waiting for you at the end of the video. Well then, let's jump right in. Anxious. Anxious. The anxious boy looked worried before his first day at school. Bush. Bush. The cat loves to play and hide in the bush. Collect. Collect. The girl loves to collect tiny mushrooms for dinner. Crowded. Crowded. The bus became more crowded as it approached the city center. Examine. Examine. The doctor used a stethoscope to examine the patient's heartbeat. Greet. Greet. The woman smiled and waved her hand to greet her coworkers. Hat. Hat. He picked up his brown hat before going outside. Headache. Headache. The man had a headache after a long day at work. Partly. Partly. Today's weather is partly cloudy with some sun. Reputation. Reputation. The boy has a good reputation among the internet users. Alright. Choose the correct picture that belongs to word below. Headache. Bush. Examine. Collect. Partly. In this part, I want you to fill the blanks in the sentences with the suitable words. She always wears a stylish hat to complete her elegant outfits. The bird built its nest in the branches of the bush near our window. I collect stamps from different countries as a hobby. In our culture, it is customary to greet people with a handshake. The car was partly damaged in the accident, but it was still drivable. Well done. Let's fill the gaps to complete the words. Headache. Reputation. Examine. Anxious. Crowded. And now, it's story time. Please listen it carefully and try to catch the words that we learned in this video. I will have a question for you at the end of the story.
In a small town nestled between rolling hills, there stood a bustling marketplace that drew people from far and wide. It was known for its crowded stalls filled with all sorts of goods, from fresh produce to colorful fabrics. At the heart of the marketplace, there was a quaint little hat shop run by a kind old man named Mr. Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins was an anxious man, always worrying about the smallest things. One sunny morning, as he unlocked the doors to his shop, he realized that his prized hat was missing. It was a finely crafted hat, passed down to him by his grandfather, and it had become a part of his identity. Panic overwhelmed him, and his headache worsened as he tried to recollect where he might have left it. He decided to take a walk around the marketplace to examine the various stalls and see if anyone had found his hat. As he wandered, he couldn't help but greet his fellow shopkeepers with a forced smile, worried about his lost possession and partly embarrassed about the situation. The marketplace was abuzz with activity, but Mr. Jenkins could only focus on his missing hat. In his search, he stumbled upon a group of children playing near a bush. They seemed excited and were collecting colorful flowers. "Have any of you seen my hat?" asked Mr. Jenkins, his anxiety evident in his voice. The children shook their heads, but one curious girl piped up, "What does your hat look like, sir?" Mr. Jenkins described the hat in detail, its brim, its intricate design, and the special feather he had added to it. The children promised to keep an eye out for it and went on with their flower-collecting adventure. As the day progressed, Mr. Jenkins continued to search every nook and cranny of the marketplace, asking everyone he met about his lost hat. By the afternoon, he had garnered a reputation among the shopkeepers as the anxious man in search of his hat. Just when he was about to give up hope, he spotted a familiar feather peeking out from a bush near the edge of the marketplace. He hurried over, and there it was, his precious hat, resting among the leaves. Overwhelmed with relief, Mr. Jenkins picked it up and held it tightly against his chest. Tears of joy welled up in his eyes as he thanked the children who had found it and returned to his shop. From that day on, Mr. Jenkins never took his hat for granted, realizing how much it meant to him. He greeted each customer with renewed warmth and enthusiasm, cherishing the connections he had built with the people in the marketplace. The story of his lost hat spread, turning his reputation from an anxious man to someone with a heartwarming tale to share. And as the years passed, Mr. Jenkins continued to cherish his hat, reminding himself that sometimes the things we hold most dear might be right there, waiting to be found, just a bush away.
And that's the end of the story. Here is the last question. What was the significance of the feather on Mr. Jenkins' hat? Leave your answers in the comments section below. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to stay updated on all of our latest content. Keep practicing your English skills and stay tuned for more exciting videos coming soon. See you next time.